All right, hello everyone once again. Welcome back. We are here now for the losers final. Evan Bakes Games versus Watch. Evan has just made it in after a fantastic performance, was down several points and came back for a 5-4 victory in his semifinal. So now is on to this and will have a chance to make it into the grand finals. I'm Philly Doe, joined by Tokapa.
Hey.
So we got same format as our previous ones, but if you're just joining us here, it is a first to 5, and they're all expert courses. They're in the same room, and so what that means is that essentially they'll be able to interact with each other. So whether that's throwing a shell at each other, jumping on top of each other, throwing each other, it makes it a lot more it definitely brings a different dynamic as they're able to it's not just playing the same level, they're right there with each other.
Absolutely. Of course, no matter who wins, we are going to get a rematch from earlier in the tournament. Watch, of course, trying to get back into the grand final against IPK. And Evan trying to get back, having lost to IPK in the semifinal. So, going to be interesting. I think they both want it really, really bad. But ultimately, it's going to come down to who can just edge the other out a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see as they progress here. It'll be really interesting to see sort of the, some of the thought processes really and how these players treat these levels, especially playing against each other. This one here needing to defeat, I believe it said at least, not all 10 with the clear condition, but at least 10 of the Piranha Creepers there.
Yeah, and Watch taking care of that so far pretty easily. Loses the cat suit there. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Evan now caught up, and again, it only matters who gets the last one. So
yeah, whoever is able to deal with the last one will get the clear condition, and will be able to touch the flag here at the end.
Evan tried to get Watch with the shell there, but not able to get that. Looks like that one down there may be the last one. So Evan going for it right now. Oh, loses the power, loses his mushroom. So okay, Evan does get the clear condition, and now Watch on defense. So does have the high ground. So that could make a big difference when it comes to these clear conditions. But deciding. Well, he's scoping the situation out, trying to see what Evan's going for, and Evan not quite keeping up on that, not able to take advantage of Watch playing a little bit aggressively.
Yeah, for sure. For those who don't know, so Evan has the clear condition right now, so can touch the flag, but could also lose the clear condition if Watch jumps on his head, basically, and he would get the condition.
Evan actually baiting Watch out. Watch took the bait, went all the way back to the start, and Evan now out in the lead, and as long as it doesn't mess up, is going to get this win. And Watch realizing, just saying, oops, I made a mistake. So,
yep, so...
Yeah, Evan, I think, did that exact same thing yesterday against IPK. Or maybe not yesterday, but it's definitely something I've seen a bit recently in these competitive matches. Players get the clear condition, and then they just try to bait the other player out. And that time it worked.
Indeed. Turns out the high ground wasn't as important that time. It's yeah, really smart play there to pull Watch back over, and ends up getting back over in front and gets the win on that one. So off to a one point start. So I already see a lot of Monty Moles. I see wind. I see not great things to start so far, but
yeah, wind can be a bit unfortunate. A bit unfortunate for spectator Milo there. Not able to get into spectate move right away, but
yep.
finally it's in there. Watch out in the lead against this Boom Boom, has the Spiny Shell. Of course, that wind is going to potentially play havoc with our players, depending on how the rest of this level goes.
Well, there's the
and
end.
that is the rest of the level, so it went pretty easily for Watch.
Yep, ties it up.
Frustrated by that wind at all, so.
Yeah, really not much to that level. You know, they're really just that fight and through the door, and that was it.
Yeah, it looks like it was actually like I was gonna say it looked maybe like it was actually constant wind, which is at least a little bit easier to deal with than the sort of
The back and forth. Yeah.
Back and forth, yeah. So in the end, not proving to be a detriment to Watch at all. So again, tied up.
Into, well, I see a lot of ones in that level title. I don't know what that means, but
That means obviously they had foresight. They knew it was going to be 1-1 going into going into this game.
Yeah, there you go. So nobody going into the contraption there.
Okay, it looks like we got interesting setup. Sort of a little bit of a spike maze. And Watch out in the lead, having not really any trouble with those spike blocks.
Yep, but might have to be careful here. No power-ups, so one hit could do it. As of now, not a ton of danger, but you never know what could... These type of levels, when you got this much chaos, anything could happen. All of a sudden, there could just be a wall of spikes in front of you,
Yep, or an off-screen throw. Those are always classic expert. It looks like maybe a pick-a-pipe. Okay, it looks like they all go to the same place. So.
Oh dear.
Some nonsense on top of the screen, and interesting. So there's a key somewhere. One of these enemies has the key, and okay. So Watch decided to go in. I don't think that was the correct decision. I think those doors are basically just bait, and Watch fell for it. So Evan, potentially out in the lead. Not really clear what the goal is there.
Yeah, this is so okay, so does go up into the whatever this is.
Yeah. It looks like it sees that something that he can do here. Might be able to it looks like might be able to grab one of these Yoshis.
Yeah, just have to move the spring out of the way, and there we go.
Yeah, and Yoshis are huge in versus. You can eat other players, and once you eat them, then you can eat them.
That is very true. Also, interestingly, and not doing it at the moment, thought they might try that, but can walk over spikes. Mm-hmm. So
it looks like Evan's still out lead. Unfortunately, Watch loses that Yoshi. Gonna say see ya. But unclear if Evan has managed to make it through that section they were at with the key door. So.
Yeah, and it's hard to say for sure, but Watch now running through the whatever that is, and
okay, Evan is in fact still at the key door, so really just not at all clear what the point of that section is. I thought there was going to be a key in one of those enemies, and you just had to kind of wait it out, but that's not appear to be the case so far. Either that, or they just haven't found it. Watch trying to go
over.
Find some cheese, but no cheese there. This is a dairy-free zone. Okay, so Evan finally did manage to get the key somehow. Weren't able to see that, and looks like Evan gets back in the main area. Well, was in there for a little while, trying to find which pipe is the one that will take him into the goal. It's not that one, and they both tried it, so...
Yeah, it's anyone's guess.
And that's time it's going to be Watch. Makes the correct guess.
Yeah, so. And that, that's just the type of level you get, on this sort of the roulette wheel of courses.
Yep.
2-1 for Watch, heading into the fourth course. Looks like they've loaded into another level here, and this one is test number 1. Let's hope it's...
That sounds ominous. Especially for experts.
Indeed. Well, they're off. Let's see what's in the block. Just a 1-up.
Oh, and
Well,
poor Evan. Well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Yeah.
You can never trust those darn things.
Yeah. And so Watch ends up with the Fire Flower, and now making his way through the rest of the level. So far, just a lot of enemy spam. Not there's some awesome drops. Again, classic expert.
Yeah, at least those ones didn't drop straight down immediately. That one, at least a little bit of...
There's the end, so Watch, unless there's like something really weird, is gonna make it to the end and extend the lead to 2 games over Evan.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there in terms of, as far as level design goes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily... I would, go so far to suggest as that test maybe should have stayed as a test. What are you gonna...
Yeah. Evan does get the consolation flagpole. Of course, the consolation being meaningless in a tournament setting, but...
Yeah, that's... If it were a regular sort of multiplayer versus setup, would still,
you would have lost fewer points.
Yeah, would only lose a couple usually, but... Unfortunately, this one is exclusively who can touch the flag or axe or whatever first, and on to our next one here.
Looks like we got some, maybe some jumping over spikes, so...
Well, there is the flag, is right...
you are correct, so it looks like maybe just one spike jump, and... unfortunately, it looks like both of our players taking death. Unfortunately, we couldn't see what was up there just quite yet. We'll get a chance to see now with Evan being in the lead. That's a tough one. That is a 1-tile gap.
Yep, but it is just the one jump is all it is. That's the whole level. So if you make it, there's no way to... Oh, just gets cut on the spike.
So close. Watch going for the crouch jump and actually makes it to the end this time. So really, well done by Watch. I thought that was going to take players a little bit longer, but Watch figures it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I also thought that might go. Sometimes even this type of level, in sort of the sense it's not particularly a difficult concept. It's just the execution can sometimes take a while.
Absolutely. And so Watch now sitting on match point, one win away from getting to that rematch against IPK in the grand final. And,
both the last 2 courses have actually been quite close. That last, before this was right by the flag, both of them.
Oh yeah, that one was absolutely anyone's game. It just comes down to who gets the exact precise jump needed, and that time it was Watch. All right, you die kill.
Potentially the final stage. Watch on match point. And the interesting thing too when you're on match point in this situation is sometimes, as we saw just a couple courses ago, levels that are almost just immediately over.
Mm-hmm.
So that is could be a blessing and a curse if you're behind and you get there right away, quick, easy, and moving on. But also, if you're the person that's in the lead and you happen to be just a touch ahead, you could just immediately win.
And Evan had been in the lead, but not able to make that jump from the claw. For Watch making the exact same mistake. Claws are janky, what I say. They're just they have extremely weird mechanics, and sometimes they just don't grab you.
Yeah, the hitboxes on them are weird. The momentum transfer can be weird. I've seen them used well in good levels, and this one actually seems not too bad, but yeah. And just like that, you can see as well that it's very easy to, when you make a jump, have the momentum just swing you, as we saw there, into just the top of the spike on the other side.
And of course, as mentioned, it is 4-1. Evan has been in this exact scenario just a moment ago. So can he do it again? Bring it back and take the set.
Boy, would that be be an impressive finish.
Yep. Of course, never easy. And of course, in Mario Maker, you can always end up getting a coin flip level where skill doesn't matter. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully that's not the way the set ends. But it does happen. You always have to be wary of it. So Evan having absolutely no trouble with these jumping off these saw blades.
Yeah, the only thing with these is they're a bit erratically spaced, but doesn't matter, as Evan will get to the goal. So 4-2, bringing it back.
Yep, trying once again for that comeback.
And so, yeah, and you know, some of those saw jumps there with the Yoshi, interestingly, they weren't all the exact same distance apart, so it made it a lot tougher. Sometimes you had to cut your jump close, and sometimes you really needed to go all the way.
Yeah, you got to be really good at making those adjustments. And I think both of these players extremely skilled with that sort of thing. In the end, Evan does manage to make it through and staying alive.
Buzzy helmet 4-coin collection.
So since it's not a clear condition, I'm going to guess it's pink coins. Oh, yeah, and it's a classic 4 separate sections, collects the coins in each of them. And so it'll be interesting to see how our players play this one. Actually going into the top pipe, maybe seeing if there's some cheese available there. Looks like the answer is no. I'm gonna guess maybe some one-ways at the end. Yeah, it looks like there's some one-ways in these sections, so not able to get that cheese, but
looks like a similar theming with the shelmets and the spike jumps. They seem to all be very similar in design.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm guessing that's 2 coins collected, and like you said, these look to be pretty similar. Okay, what? I believe that was Watch deciding to go into the 4th one. Not sure where Evan went. The pipes are color coded, so it looks like Evan went back into the blue one. And so Watch is currently in the red one. Oh, but loses the shelmet and he's not going to be able to make it through, so.
Because he had been holding the shelmet, an extra one, and so couldn't quickly enough drop it and grab the POW.
Okay. It looks like Evan was just sort of staying behind at the key door, maybe waiting for Watch to come up. Again, we know they collected at least two of these pink coins, but not really clear what is left to do.
Yeah, needing to go into different sections or... Watch is taking a moment here to get through, makes it through that section. Is waiting now, thinking about this coin.
They can hear when the other pink coins are collected, so that is a little bit of a strategy to try and time it out, but that time it looks like still 1 pink coin left to be collected in the yellow section.
Yeah, indeed. We'll see how this plays. It might end up.
Not sure where Evan got off to. Maybe went into the red section. Oh, now actually back at the key door. So.
And that's the last one.
Right. So is Evan staying at? Okay, Evan's staying at the door, not trying to guess which pipe Watch was in. Maybe not paying attention. Watch knows what's in store for him if he goes out of that pipe. So.
Yeah, interesting. We may see just sort of a stalemate here. I mean, oh, well, it's going through.
Okay, Evan. Well, Evan threw the shell, maybe trying to catch Watch on the fall down, but not able to do it that time. Gets the shell back though, so he's gonna have another opportunity to do it. And Watch just analyzing the situation, thinking, how do I want to handle this? You know, previously did make the mistake of last time it was Watch or Evan who had the clear condition, and able to bait out Watch. This time it's the opposite situation. So Watch maybe trying to bait Evan out, holding on to the key for now.
Yeah, it's interesting. There is sort of the prospect, if you could, as Watch, who has the key here. Oh, never mind.
And Evan times the jump perfectly, bouncing off and stealing it, and that could most likely be the end of the level, and it is. So
well
wow.
played there.
I think, because Evan knew that Watch was going to come right out of that pipe because of that one way. Going to be forced out, and able to time the jump correctly to land right on Watch's head. I think Watch caught a bit off guard, didn't really think about what was going to happen after he came out of that pipe. So
yeah, it's interesting as well, because my thought was, there's, they know they're in a bit of a standoff. If you go back and clear one of those sections again, but just sort of wait at the end, for Watch, who had the key at that time, you could just wait it out. But Evan making it close again, 4-3, trying to mount yet another comeback.
Yeah. And, maybe that, knowing that he did it last round, giving Evan a little bit of confidence going into this, definitely not letting being behind get to him. A lot of players will get, succumb to tilt, but Evan's been here before, so not afraid.
Indeed. As Watch will come through, leaving all sorts of... Oh my, this is...
All right, this looks like there's just a little gap on the other side for one of our players to get through. Watch gets over there, but that's going to be tricky to get in. Looks like there's a Kaiser block. Watch actually does get the goal tape, though, so that is going to be it.
Yep, that will do it. That will be a 5-3 victory for Watch.
Yep, really well played at the end. That was a lot of dangerous stuff in that level, but Watch managing it really excellently. A lot of well-timed jumps, and is going to make it back to get that rematch against IPK in the grand final. So GG's to Watch, and GG's to Evan as well. Did really well. Not able to mount the comeback this time, but certainly
came close.
Certainly came. Yes, exactly. Certainly came close.
Yeah, that was a close one. GG's, guys. Congratulations, Watch. Moving on. And yeah, really, it was an interesting match. It was a really entertaining match, you guys. And I'll pose this one to you, Watch. Like, really entertaining to watch, but a lot of not great levels.
Yeah, the level terrible.
You won 2 luck levels, and you can't deny that at all.
Yeah, the last level too.
The pipe one was so stupid. I still can't get over that.
Oh,
it's trying to hurt me.
Pick a pipe takes skill. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Also, waiting for a Bowser Jr. to get crushed for 60 seconds isn't fun either.
Yeah, definitely weird levels for sure.
Yeah, it was really weird.
I almost pulled off the comeback. That's steal in the key steals.
Myself to know I was kidding.
Yeah. What were you thinking, Watch, when Evan started making that comeback? Were you like, oh no, he's gonna do it to me too?
I was like thinking of that until those levels. Like, Evan could win like really good levels, but when it comes to me, I really just.
So when it comes to luck, no, I'm kidding.
We all appreciate a little bit of the shade, so.
Anyway, we thanks guys. Coming up here, we've got coming up in May. We have the Pace versus tournament here, as you can see up on the screen. That's going to be May 21st. That starts. That's in Maryland. If you would like to swing by, that will be a really fun event. Lots of speedrunning events. There'll be Super Mario Maker content and tons of other stuff. Lots of other games, lots of speedrunning. It's a great chance to network with a bunch of like-minded people if you're interested in speedrunning or any of that sort of thing. You can. There's also going to be a versus mode tournament there as well for Super Mario Maker 2. You can sign up for that now with the link on the screen there. If you're interested in going, that's once again that's May 21st to 24th. That's in Maryland. So. Swing by if you can. It'll be a really fun event. Anyway, thanks you guys for dropping by. Congratulations again to Watch, and we'll see you soon. We'll head to intermission here. We got grand finals coming up.
Yeah, GG's.
GG.